Hi. I'm Bobby. I am a time travel cat. Let us see where we land today. What the fuckery is this? I cannot hear what you are saying. You are muted. Catherine, unmute your mic. For fuck's sake, you've always been daft. She muted for almost 2 minutes.
Oh, sorry guys. I had my muting off. Hey, how are you?
You had your muting on.
All right.
It was muted.
I will just edit that out. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? You should be able to hear me now.
Unfortunately.
Right? Okay. So, sorry about that. Do you ever just have one of those days where you're like, could I just have one day? One day where there was no obscene amount of drama, no ridiculousness that happens on YouTube, nothing like I don't even know.
Wow. This aged like an apple slice in the desert.
I have to admit something. Before I started my channel for my blog or my column or whatever you want to call it, I didn't watch YouTube. My son watches YouTube because like he's autistic and you can watch the same videos that are 5 minutes and you can watch them over and over and over again and he can fast forward through them and he doesn't have the longest attention span. So like YouTube in my house consisted of like watching, Ryan's toy review and the Gaming Beaver and
I thought you despised Ryan's toy review.
Nothing into like the adult creators or anything. And I never really saw myself, diving into understanding this world because really for me, this was about branching out for my column because it's really hard to make a working living as a writer. You have to do more than one thing and you have to have more than one platform, and in the ever expanding world of social media, having a visual presence that goes along with your column can really go a long way. I think I'm getting trolled. So imagine my surprise when I feel like I've been and I'm very familiar with Facebook and how the Facebook drama goes. I mean, I've spent a good part of my career even talking about just the toxicness of Facebook, not even really realizing there was the same level of toxicness on YouTube, but I feel like it's at an even more amplified level.
Produce so many germ-filled crotch fruit.
Where people are even more nasty and even more obnoxious, more rude to one another, taking more personal jabs. On Facebook, everything is written. And so this whole level of, yelling at people and screaming at people and having to have your last word isn't really necessary because you didn't say anything. Luca, do you want to fight? You're just yelling at people on YouTube, on Facebook. Hold on a second. I'm super hot. You guys ever notice that anytime I start talking about drama, I get really sweaty? What is it about this beauty drama? It's only the beauty drama that makes me sweaty. I wasn't sweaty before any of this. I've been sitting in this office all day and I wasn't sweating until I started talking about this. It's like this stuff is so sweaty. Echo, what are you talking about, Echo?
Have you ever made any effort to not present yourself as a complete idiot?
Okay, you can't hear an echo. Do you hear an echo? I'm confused. Okay. Anyways, so this is going to be more of an informal kind of video because, a lot of times I have my screenshots and I have these responses and I have all this eloquentness and...
Did you just call yourself eloquent? Wow.
sort of a detailed argument for why I feel the way I feel. And I feel like that has served me very well with blogging, because I think when you start sharing your opinion about things, there's this very fine line in regards to making sure that you're appropriately sourced and have reasons to back up why you're saying what you're saying.
Quit lying to people, quit telling half-truths, and stop drinking drunk.
And then all of a sudden, it's like Marlena needs to drop an hour and a half long video where she brings up drama from 2017. Video felt extremely bizarre to me. Like, I don't understand this idea that we need to air our grievances and publicly like defend ourselves. Listen to any good podcasts lately? I know. Welcome back to my channel. There has been multiple podcasts now about me on a certain reality stars podcast who has a TV show on USA Network, and he is mad at me and has anger at me for my reporting on his family. It's like, I understand that, and I get this too, you guys. I'm a tiny, minuscule channel, but I do get a lot of feedback. And between my column and this, I have hundreds of thousands of views a month of people watching my stuff and commenting. And so, you do get a lot of feedback and you get a lot of opinions. But over the years, I've kind of just come to this place where it's like, you're not going to please everyone and you're not going to satisfy everyone. And so if you spent all of your time trying to defend yourself, you would literally be defending yourself all day long. And so for me, I just have this I don't know. Some people don't like it. I mean, I've already noticed on YouTube, people don't appreciate it. But when someone tells me like, you need to do this with your channel, I'm just like, no, I really don't. And you're whoever they decide you are based on whatever someone else has said. If you don't, and then I'm told that I'm arrogant or I'm this or I'm that, and then I get people on Twitter yelling at me. And you kind of just get to this point as a creator and just as a writer, because hell, like I said, I've written a lot and I've had a lot of feedback over the years. And you just sort of get to this place where you just are just like, dude, like, I know what works for me. I know what I want. I know what the vision is for my brand. I know where I want to go with this. I know what my long-term visions are for this. So I don't need a lot of outside voices that don't know the interworkings of what's going on with my brand and with what I do to tell me how to do things. Like, I will take feedback, but there's sort of this interpersonal relationship, I think, that people get from watching YouTube, where they think that because they've invested time in your channel or in you as a person, they somehow get a say in what it is that you do on your channel and get a say in how you do your channel. But part of what I do is I like to look into people that sell snake oil to see if they have stuff in their background that would make them less than honorable. Something that might indicate that they are, there's something legal going on, they have a criminal background, they have a criminal history. And I think that's the problem, is there's a lack of boundaries sometimes. And when you go to her mother's page or her sister's pages, who are all still there, they're all like, she doesn't exist as a part of their family anymore. It's crazy. I started playing around even more and digging through more and more information, going through marriage records and through birth certificates. I couldn't even find her birth certificate, which is weird. It seems unprofessional. I don't get it. And then you have this YouTube world where it's like people don't have any boundaries. They don't seem to give a shit about anything. And they feel like all of their, like, everything that goes on in their lives and every single Twitter fight they get into needs to somehow take center stage on YouTube, which literally makes no sense to me. And that was my whole feeling of watching Marlena's video today. I was like, first off, why are you dropping this video now? Second of all, like, you could have just addressed the Jacqueline stuff and not addressed the other stuff. And third, like, why not just address, like, what's going on with your brand if that's what this whole thing is about? Or why not just address that it's about Jacqueline? Why are you bringing up stuff from 2017? Why are you bringing stuff up from 2018? It just seems desperate. And as I'm starting to, like, understand this community more and more by accident, not even really enjoying the like, some of the content I enjoy, but more of so, like, watching it from an analytical perspective, trying to, like, analyze this from the outside looking in, or outside looking in, is, and I'm gonna say it, Marlena's video reminds me of Tati's video.
Oh, no.
And this isn't going to sound pretty. It's not going to sound nice. But Marlena's almost 40. Tati's 37. You have two women that are aging in the beauty community that are fighting against the new wave.
Oh, thank you.
And unfortunately, that's what happens when you're in a world that demands that you look a certain way and is relying on youth.
I think I'm getting trolled.
And it's all about like making themselves stay relevant in a world that is passing them by.
Here to have a relationship with these women, it's just about breeding and having a